What's the snobbiest film you've ever seen? Probably Mother. I would say it's probably Mother. Define snobby. I would define snobby more like pretentious. Mother is a. I hope you guys don't mind if I spoil it. Mother is a film where legitimately nothing in the film itself actually makes sense. The film is supposed to challenge you to think abstract, that everything in the movie is metaphorical, and it's all about the Bible. And Jennifer Lawrence plays Mother Earth. So that's the lens you have to go to that movie with in order to even understand what happens. It's fucking awful. It's actually awful. I think that film fucking sucks. The scene with the baby Monk W. Every the entire ending is so fucking stupid. It's unreal. Yeah. It's pretty obvious throughout the movie what it's all an allegory for. It's incredible. I don't agree at all. Even knowing what it's all supposed to be does not make the movie anything interesting at all. Because it literally it is the Bible. He just beat that man to death, Cain and Abel. And then on to the next scene from the Bible, all haphazardly jumping around. It still sucks. It's still bad. What's the saddest movie you've ever watched? Radio. I cried 2 times during that movie and asked my parents to turn it off. That movie, I haven't seen it since, so I only go off memory. That movie was so fucking sad. That was the last time I've ever cried in a movie, too. Like, I haven't cried at a movie since because nothing else has been as fucking sad as that movie. From 2003? Yeah. I was a young man when I saw that. I was just a boy, but I left I left jaded. I left like 10 years older after seeing, well, with wherever we stopped in the film. I think it was like midway through. I went through so many emotions with that film. It was so sad. It is a 35% on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, I know people actually like clown on that film. A lot of people consider that film to be horrible. I know that. But when I saw it, that movie had me like tearing up. I was distraught. Have you watched The Requiem for a Dream? I've seen a good chunk of it. I don't think I've ever watched it start to finish, though. But over the years, I've seen pretty much most of it. What was the first game you've cried to? Literally never cried during a video game. I almost did with a game from 2 years ago called Before Your Eyes. That game is extraordinary, but extremely sad. You cried during Final Fantasy 16? That makes me excited, Dankin. I do like the story a lot, so I'm excited to see how hard it goes. Or continues to go, rather. Oh, it was a side quest. Wow. Is God Slap 4 coming up soon? Yep, about 3 weeks. New Gentle Min album? Yep, our EP will be out by the end of the year. It'll be 6 tracks. Have you cried from an anime? No, man. No. There's been like sad moments in anime, but I don't think there's ever been an anime where I like even come close to crying. I do remember when I was a kid though. This'll count. Pokemon, when Ash sets down Pikachu in the forest and runs away. I cried during that when I was a like actual child. So that'll count. That's an anime. So that Naruto. I don't know what part of Naruto would have been a tearjerker moment other than maybe like Jiraiya or Asuma, maybe. Itachi. Oh, I guess Itachi too. Nah, Neji. The only reason you'd cry during the Neji death is because it was so fucking dumb. That was one of my biggest gripes with how Naruto wrapped itself up. That Neji death was literally just shoehorned in there for the sake of trying to make something sad. Out of nowhere. It was completely for nothing. It was actually just like a jump scare. And very cheap. It was stupid. That was the dumbest death in all of anime. What about Demon Slayer Season 2 with Rengoku? That was the only time I've cried, and I'm not even a Demon Slayer fan. That's so wild. What? You had Rengoku in a movie. Like, you only got to know the character for like 40 minutes. Great, like a really cool character. Very interesting. But I don't understand how it could make you cry. You don't have like nearly enough time with the character to really give that much of a fuck. Plus, he spends most of the movie asleep. You think about making a God Slap movie, or are you going to wait until more volumes come out to expand the story? Well, we'd love to do that. It's just that's very expensive and not an easy thing to do. But yeah, that'd be great. You hear Futurama got renewed? You actually just reminded me to look that up. We were talking about that a few days ago, and apparently the trailer was really bad or something. But not loving the trailer. Yeah, I see why some people were upset about it. It doesn't look amazing. Mainly references there, it seemed. Not my favorite. But Futurama OG also had a lot of references too. So maybe they just kind of like front loaded the trailer with that. Yeah, the COVID shit is just never going to be a good joke. It's so fucking lame. That just doesn't work. What made the OG Futurama good? I actually rewatched most of it a couple of years ago. It holds up pretty well, actually. It feels like a show that doesn't seem dated. Like, everything that it does stands on its own merit, even though it does have references, like, it has, like, actual dated references. It's never, like, the core part of its punchlines. So the show does a really good job of making, like, an overarching plot that's interesting, and still having, like, really goofy side missions that are just pretty clever. I don't know, it's just a really fun show. It was more like the final season than early seasons for sure. I actually don't really remember the final season of Futurama, if I'm being honest. I don't really remember a time when Futurama was like really shitty though. When I rewatched it, there wasn't a time where I was like, damn, all of these episodes have been really awful.